Hi guys. I literally lost all my footage and I'd been talking for like 30 minutes. So anyway, basically what I'm trying to do is a few part series on my graduate process. So I graduated my bachelor's degree in 2019, and now I'm finally trying to do my master's degree and hoping to get into the spring 2021 program. Oh yeah, I'm also sorry about the background noise. I think my neighbors are doing some construction, so if you can hear that, sorry. So yeah, I already kind of knew where I wanted to apply. So I definitely wanted to do Japan and Korea, and UK as my backup because I'm in the UK. I'm a British citizen, so that would be my backup. And as for Japan and Korea, I put Japan first because I studied in Korea before for a year in my third year of university as a year abroad program. So Japan, I'd only been once to travel, so I was like, might as well just go to Japan to study because I love Japan as much as Korea. So yeah, and that's how I started my research on the three universities. So first I'll show you a little bit on the UK university because this was my backup, so I didn't put too much research and thought into it, but I really wanted to go to University of Bath. I applied there for my undergraduate and I got rejected by them, and since then I've kind of had a slight obsession with them or something, so I wanted to try again for my master's and see if I could get in. And yeah, so the reason why I wanted to do business or like management is because I graduated with the international business degree. So yeah, I was like, what else am I gonna do except study business? So I only looked at business majors, and that was for my backup. So yeah, that was like literally all I did. And I also looked at another university called Loughborough, I think, in London. So those were the two backups that I looked for. And the only thing bad about them, or like the only sad thing about them, was like most of the applications start in September in the UK. So I couldn't find any for spring entry, and I really wanted to go to university in spring 2021. So I couldn't find any. Wait, let me focus, please. Yeah. So I couldn't find anything for spring. So they're like backup, if you get what I mean, because I don't know if I'm actually even going to apply. So instead, I started looking for Japan and Korea. So while I was researching, I came across the scholarships for Japan called the MEXT, MEXT scholarship, and the Korean scholarship is GSPG before, but now it is GKS scholarship. So yeah, so I was looking at those two scholarships, and like they're like really good because you can apply to 3 universities, and they're both through embassy track. So you just go to your local embassy, local Japanese or Korean embassy, and then apply through there. And they do a bunch of interviews, and if you pass those interviews, then you can get scholarships benefit, which is like, I think it's 100% of the tuition. You get a living allowance, which is like great, and your flight tickets are also paid for. I think it's only outgoing flight tickets, so you might have to pay for the return. I'm not too sure. Actually, I think it's around fair, so yeah, so they'll pay for everything. So I was really excited, but I called them up and I found out that they only do that for the September entry. So if you're applying for the spring programs anywhere, like in both countries, you can't apply for this scholarship because they only do this for the September or the autumn entry. So that was shit. Back on that. Yeah, so I was like, you know what, that's fine, because the universities themselves also have some scholarships, like internal scholarships. So I was like, yeah, why not? So I started my research first for Japan. So I definitely wanted to go to Tokyo University because that's the best one, and their business programs were also pretty good, obviously. And Kyoto University was my second choice because I don't know, there's just something about Kyoto. It's just such a beautiful place, and I haven't really been there, but from what I've seen on YouTube. And Keio University would be my third choice because my friend went there on her study year abroad and she loved it there. And I went to the campus once with her and it was like really amazing. But I also looked at a lot of different universities, like the Osaka one. I also looked at Kyushu, Waseda, Hokkaido, and like all of the universities. But I really couldn't find any like much information on the others except like Tokyo University. Yeah. Oh, here's like the thing, because like Kyoto University, you can see I looked at some of the programs and stuff, and then while I was researching for the master's in business, I actually came across civil engineering, and I don't know, I just like suddenly I just really wanted to do engineering, and but the thing was like I wasn't really qualified. Like they're not gonna stop you from applying, but the courses are gonna be like maths, physics, I don't know, who knows, chemistry, who knows. But like it's just like really difficult subjects that I'm not best at. So after researching a bit more on their like on when you say that on their like curriculum list that they have on their website, I decided it wasn't for me. So yeah, so I just stuck to business again, and I couldn't really find anything that I really liked. Like, and I'm pretty sure even the business courses, they weren't in English, like 100% English, and my Japanese is shit. Like, I'm literally a level 1, not even. I know a bit of hiragana, a bit of katakana, and I didn't even touch kanji because no way. So yeah, so I just had to like, so I just decided to look for Korean universities instead because I love Korea and I'm a little bit better at Korean because I was there for a year studying Korean language, so I had more confidence in Korea and I didn't mind going back. It was just like I chose Japan as my first choice because I hadn't been there. So yeah, so this is this is like the Korean universities that I was looking at. So this is the world ranking, and then I just like rearranged here according to the rank. So which one's like the top? And in my year abroad, I had gone to Yonsei University already, so I already know what the university is like, and those are my top 5 choices. And oh yeah, so there was like government scholarships too, like when I search, not the GKS scholarship because that's through the embassy, but this is like government that you could apply to, I think. So yeah, so this is the SNU website for the graduate studies, and I think what was good about this is like they have homepages and the curriculum. So as I was saying, I was looking at business, or well, not engineering anymore because like I probably couldn't get in. That's what I thought. So if you go to business admin, that's the homepage, loading, and that's the curriculum. And I think the only shit thing about the Korean universities, like all the Korean universities I've researched, so that includes SNU, Korea University, Yonsei University, Sungkyukwon, I think, it's like they don't actually tell you if it's in English or not, so you have to figure it out yourself. So yeah, so here's like the curriculum list, and I just I just like printed this out and then just checked and like ticked which. Okay. Oh my god, why is it so hard to speak? Basically, I just like chose the subjects that I could potentially want to study, and this is their website. But I think SNU, the thing about SNU was like you can't apply to the business school because everything is taught in Korean. So like there's not even like some modules in English, so it was like a no-go. I'm pretty sure they say it in their like their guidelines. Like if you download the guidelines, there should be somewhere here. Yeah, they're probably like, I'm pretty sure I saw it somewhere here, but like when you download the guidelines, you can see that they say business administration is all in Korean. So I'm not that fluent, like I'm literally level 2. So left that, and then I started looking at other majors because I really wanted to go to SNU. So the one that I think is all in English, but they don't even like specify it, is like this: technology management, economics, and policy, TEMEP. It's what they said. Yeah, I think this was all in English, but when I checked back for this video, it didn't really specify it anywhere, so I don't know. So don't quote me on that. You should check for yourself. But the one that I was really interested in was art management because like it was fucking amazing. Like it's like you learn about like museums and how to. It's like art plus business, and I'd already done business, so I was like, this is kind of relating to what I've studied, but also something new. Unfortunately, I emailed them a couple of times and then found out that it's all in Korean, so I couldn't really get it. So yeah, and that was the thing about SMU because like I couldn't find any of the courses in English for the ones that I wanted to study. Like there are some in English, but it wasn't for me because they had GSIS, and those are all in English, and I think you'll find them under professional graduate school. Yeah, here, Graduate School of International Studies, that's Jesus. These are all in English, pretty sure. And I think it says here, yeah, so this with the head is English taught courses. So yeah, these are mostly all in English, but my friend is applying to Jesus. Well, she applied to Jesus. So yeah, and then sadly, Graduate School of Business is not. Oh, if you guys want to know more about the scholarships, basically, you have GKS before application, which is September only, and after application, as in like once you're admitted, like once they give you an admission certificate, then you can apply for a scholarship, which is, I think that's pretty good because I think you might be able to get a small living allowance along with a tuition off. So yeah, this is before application. There's like a lot for Asian students and overseas Korean students, and after admission, yeah, that was the one I was gonna apply to as a new global scholarship. So yeah, does it say here? it doesn't say what you get, but it wasn't as good as GKS, but it was still like a additional funding. So still always good to have a scholarship. Yeah, so I couldn't find the courses even though there were scholarships. So I moved on to Korea University, and as you can see, I checked the scholarships and it says around 90% international student gets scholarships. So I was like, hell yeah. And this one is kind of iffy because it's like they review the scholarship along with your application. So while you send your application, they'll also review if you have the enough GPA and language requirements for the scholarship. And if you do, then they'll probably give you a scholarship or something. So they'll review it together. And let me just show you here. Yeah, GKS, that's the embassy route scholarship. And so I'm applying for this one, type B, and that's because my GPA is only 3.25 out of 4. And for the type A, you need to get 3.57 out of 4, which I don't have. So I'm going to apply for the type B, which gives me 60% off the tuition fee. And I'm pretty sure the major that I'm trying to apply to is like 4 grand in UK. Good. And you also need to have one of these as a language requirement. And I did my IELTS and I got an 8.5, so I'm sure that one's fine. Good luck for anyone who's applying. So yeah, so that scholarship was great. I started looking at the academics, and I think this was when I started looking at media and communication majors, because before I had done business and I'd done art management and also engineering. But while I was looking at all of the departments and majors, I came across like media and communication. And I don't know, it was just like really interesting and intriguing, and I really wanted to try something new since I'm going to a new country. So yeah, and I just looked at the website and everything, and I just like fell in love. Cringe. But yeah, and then let me just show you. Yeah, so there was 2 of them, right? And the thing about the visual culture was like, I think this one fit most with me because there was like filmmaking workshops, you had seminars, you had like documentary workshops and everything. However, they never picked up the phone, they never emailed me back. So yeah, so I don't even know if it's in English or not. But the Department of Media and Communication, they actually pick up some of the calls that I've called to ask the questions they've picked up. They've always answered my email. So if you really want to like contact them, just like email them and they'll get back to you within a day. And I think this was something I didn't find in SMU or the Japanese university. So this was like such a godsend, like they actually replied to everything. And they said, as long as I can reach topic level 4 by graduation time, they will accept people. And I haven't done a topic, but I passed level 2 in my year abroad before. So I'm pretty sure I'm at topic level 2-ish. So I'm just going to apply for topic when I get to Korea, hopefully if I get admitted, and then get a level 4 by graduation. And basically just like the programs were really good, and I love the major itself. Like they do a lot of film industries and the entertainment and media, and it was just like really interesting. So yeah, here's the English, blah, 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 blah. And the curriculum, they only have 2019 curriculum studies, and that's really good because then I can choose like the English courses, like let's say introduction to media or something. So guys, I'm just rambling. Anyway, this is Korea University, is the university that I'm applying to because everything kind of matches up. They have great customer service, if you say so, like communication. And so yeah, so this was like my top right now because SMU I couldn't find the courses. Everything fit, so this was my top one. So yeah, then I looked at Yonsei University, and unfortunately they didn't have much of the, like they didn't really have anything that I really wanted to do, and I'd already been there before, so I really, yeah, it was no for me, sorry. But it's an amazing university. Like if you want to go for GCSE, which is like the all of the courses in English, or if you want to go for a year abroad, I would recommend it because it was like a beautiful place. The location is great, and everything, but it wasn't for me. And then I also looked at SKKU University, and they had a similar thing, although their scholarships weren't as great as KU, Korea University, but it wasn't bad. And I could find like there was a film, television, and media course major. But the thing is, like, they never replied to my emails or my calls, so I don't know if it's in English. So yeah. And then Pohang University, this was my fifth choice. It's out of Seoul, and I really couldn't find anything, like no information. Same with like KAIST. So I just left it. So my top choices were those 3, and SNU I couldn't get in because no courses. Korea University, great. SKKU, they never replied back, although they had good courses and a scholarship. So yeah, so I'm just gonna apply. I'm just gonna be applying to Korea University. And here's like all of the contacts and stuff that I could find. I even looked at art and design, but it wasn't in English, I think. So still gathering my stuff, and the application starts tomorrow, the 7th. So it was like a struggle. I might do a backup in the UK, but I'm not sure if I can find any for the spring entry, but we'll see. For now, this is like the final, if you can see. Yeah, so this was Korea University. This is what I'm going to study. And visual culture would have been a major that I really love. Like, I would love to take this, but they just never came back to me. And SKK, yeah, they had a really good one as well, but yeah, they just like never replied to my messages and my calls, so I don't know if it's in English or like if I'm wasting my time applying there. And oh yeah, Kyoto University was the one in Japan that was like really good, and they had like a media design school, but applications are only in September, so I can't really apply to it in spring. Maybe if I get rejected by KU for the spring, then I can apply to a lot of different places in September, because there's like the scholarships, the MEC scholarship in Japan, GKS in Korea, and even KU University and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all, guys. If you have any questions, then just leave it down in the comments and I'll try to help you. But honestly, this was my process. It took a month or maybe more. I think it's been like a few months actually since I've been researching for Japan. So in the end, I'm applying to Korea University for the Department of Media, and the application starts tomorrow on the 7th of September. So I will probably make another video about the application process and how I gathered my required documents. So yeah, stay tuned and I'll see you next time. Hope this was kind of like helpful, because I don't know what I actually did and there was so much background noise and I'm not that great at editing or filming yet. So yeah, thank you and see you soon.